self-preservation. So everything that you do should be with the strategy of staying in the game. The game kind of feels a little overwhelming to learn at first because there are attacks which are mostly bad, there are high roads which are mostly good, and there are traps where you can trap yourself or opponents, and they can be strategically used good or bad. But I'm going to go over the highlights of how you win the game, and I'm also going to just share some of the intricacies of the game. They actually have provided video instructions on how to play the game, but overall I agree with them. The best way to learn is to just play, and the more you play, the more you learn the rules and you look up what different things mean. You get the hang of it better by playing than reading. But here are just some parts of the game. So bottom line, you want to be the last one with cards in your hand. My husband and I, of course, when we play two-player, it's only the two of us. It's easy. If one person goes out, you automatically win. But if you run out of cards, you lose. If you can't play any cards, you lose. And if you break any rules, you lose. So very basic. You have to be able to play a card properly and still have cards in your hands to remain in the game. Bottom line, you don't want to lose. There are attack cards. There are high road cards. Just as the symbol kind of indicates, and the color, green, thumbs up, mostly favorable. Dynamite, red, mostly not favorable. I definitely agree with that. It's nice to have a hand that's mostly green and yellow. Traps. There are different types of traps, and I'll go over just a few of them. And there's different ways that you can be strategic with your game. And I feel like strategy, it's hard to play strategically right off the bat. You really need to understand what cards are in the deck and get a feeling of how to use them and when to use them. And the more you're familiar with the cards, the more strategic you can be. But my husband and I found that the strategy came fairly quickly once we played a few times. You really do develop an understanding. I'm going to show you a few of the different strategies or ways that we've won or lost the game. Red generally is bad for me. It's an attack card, so my opponent now gets to draw a card, which just gives him an extra card. And when the point is to keep cards in your hand, that obviously does not benefit me. Yeah, my husband played a green card, which are called high roads, and green generally indicates it being positive for the person that plays it. So now, not only did he get to draw a card for my turn, but I have to return a card, so he is netting a 2-card lead on top of where he was. I'm going to play, this is a trap card, cheese and a mouse trap. So I'm gonna put this down, face down, and then when this trigger happens, my card does this. You can have multiple traps set.
Oops. Disarm every trap.
So now he disarmed it, and then it goes there instead. I had this one card left, and on my last turn, I put down can't play green next turn. And then my husband discarded can't play, all can't play, and attack next card. So since I already had an attack red card, my only hope was to draw a yellow trap card, and I drew red. So because I can't play red and I can't play green and I only have 2 reds, that means I can't take a turn and I automatically lose. The only thing I could have done if I wanted to was I could have pretended that one of these was a trap, and then if he caught me cheating, I also would have lost then. But my husband won.
3 cards.